The road to backlash the road to Judgment Day. Getting the wrong. That's the last road to my mistake. The road to
Did you watch the
Judgment Day.
wrong show, Frank?
No, I did not watch the wrong show. Although it may sound like I did, but no, the road to Judgment Day continues, and we have a little road to news to start this show. As I mentioned on at the beginning of our last show, uh, the show before that had broken the record for this Road 2, the Judgment Day Road 2 for views. Judgment Day 04 Road 2 for views with 40 views. Well, our last Road 2 not only broke the record for our last episode, not only broke the record for the current Road 2, Judgment Day, but it broke the record of any Road 2 episodes we have ever done. Our last episode did not only 40, because remember that 2 episodes ago did 40. Our last episode did 100 more than that. Our last
Mhm.
episode did 140 views. Obviously, nothing special in
Yeah.
for a great YouTuber, but for us, that's pretty damn good. 140 views. It is not the most views for the FCT Retro Wrestling Review series, but for the Road 2 series, that's the most episodes we've got, the most views, excuse me, that we have gotten on any of these episodes. And what are we like? 5 Road 2s in. Now,
Yeah.
I also want to start off. We did our Hogan tribute video, which by the way, shout out to Muhammad. He came through, and you guys did pretty good together. That was the first time it was all three of us, me,
Yeah.
Muhammad, and you guys did pretty good. You and Muhammad. What do you think? You liked having Muhammad
Yeah.
in here with us?
It
Okay,
was fine.
cool.
We just have to get used to try not to talk over each other.
Yeah, that's always. I think that's
Yeah,
always going to be a
that's just an issue
problem.
between us. That's still even an issue a little bit between us. But when it's
Yeah,
three people, it's kind of like
yeah,
amplified a little bit. So, but it's nothing
right.
too major. It's just whatever.
Yeah. I mean, when it's me, you, and Christian, we have those same problems, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Whenever it's the three people,
the
it's an issue.
dynamic.
Yeah. So the reason why I bring that up is because, like I always do before we do a show, I post it to my Facebook and I tell any of my wrestling Facebook friends, like, if you guys have any thoughts on normally the show, that we're going over, to leave them in the comments and I'll read them on stream. Well, in this case, do you have anything to say about Hogan? And if you say anything, I'll read them on stream. Problem is, we went so long with the Hogan video. We went about 2 hours. I had totally forgotten by then to read the comments. We actually got two comments, and I'm going to read them now. Uh, Max, our buddy Max, who comments on these posts every once in a while. Max says his heel turn will always be my favorite moment, brother. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but another Facebook friend, Arrow Y. I have no idea if I pronounced that right. He quotes, which I think is a quote that you brought up during stream too, the infamous moment with Undertaker. Oh, you got me, brother. He quoted that. So yeah, that is the thoughts we got for the Hogan video. Apologies to both of them for me forgetting but to read
Tisk,
those.
tisk, tisk, Frank.
At the moment, we do not have any comments for this current episode, but again, if we do, we got hell. Maybe we'll go 3 hours and we'll end up getting somebody.
Oh dear God.
We're starting late already as it is. We were supposed to start at 8 o'clock. I ended up
It is 8 o'clock,
watching.
Frank. What are you talking about?
It's 8 o'clock for you. It, actually, we were supposed to start about an hour earlier. Um, and I ended up starting the show. I started watching the show later than I should have. But anyway, we have the May 6th, 2004 edition of SmackDown to cover here on the road to Judgment Day 2004. Tro, how you doing?
I am doing good. Ooh, Jesus. What's not good? I'm watching Orioles in Toronto right now. Someone just got hit in the hand pretty bad.
Oh wow, who was it? Who
Got
was it
it.
from the Orioles?
Um, it was for the Orioles. It was for the Blue Jays.
Okay,
Uh,
who was it?
Hennerman,
I'm not even sure who that is.
Heineman. I
I
don't
know,
know.
oh, I think I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. He's going first, but it was
Okay.
kind of a nasty. It looked like a nasty hit on the hands. No, I'm doing good. Uh,
Okay.
ready to go ready to go to Tampa on Thursday.
Okay.
Be
Cool.
back in the East Coast time zone.
Nice. So wait, where are you now? Nashville, you said?
I'm in Tennessee. Yes,
Oh, yeah, Tennessee. There you go. Yeah. So all those Predator fans, you're in that hockey Predator group with. You're near them right now. So
yes,
there you
yes,
go.
sir. Ray. Got myself a nice little Southern accent over here.
There you go. Nashville hockey. How about it? You
Nashville
traitor.
hockey.
You
I don't know what the
traitor.
hell. I don't know what a Stanley Cup is, but look at our banners.
He's a traitor. He's no longer an Islander fan. He's now a Predators
What about a
fan.
banner? It's like it's like Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Jeff's like, what about my dog, Matt? What about my banners, man?
You want the banners right there. The
What
greatest
about the banner?
dynasty. The greatest dynasty of all time right there. That's the banner for you.
I think you mean the greatest dynasty ever was the Montreal Canadiens
Screw the Canadians.
when they won five in a row.
We do not what's the term I'm looking for? Shit. What's the term? We do not acknowledge. Yeah, we do not acknowledge the five Canadian Cups. That right there is the greatest dynasty of all time.
Oh, someone eventually made a whole thing. Like
Yeah,
if they started counting cups from when the original six weren't the original six anymore, and they start expanding, and the Leafs don't have a single cup, and the Rangers have one,
yeah.
which I find hilarious. I think we should do that. I think that should be the new history.
Yeah.
Treat everything prior to expansion like the NFL championships. They don't count.
Cool. Hang on one
Okay.
second.
How are your Bears doing in training camp?
Let's see. I haven't really. I don't really follow training camp that much.
No, you don't want. You
Yeah.
sure? Because I heard Justin Fields got pretty damn hurt for the Jets
I
for
heard.
about 2 minutes.
Well,
2 minutes in that.
he got right back though. I heard that. I think
Yeah.
I saw because obviously I do follow. I am Facebook friends with Jet fans, so I saw today that Fields I think went like 11 for 11 and in practice today, so he's fine. He may have gotten hurt, but he'll be fine.
He has a
But
toe injury.
yeah, but see, training camp. I don't give a damn about training camp. I still remember Matt Nagy praising how Mitchell Trubisky had a great practice today. He had a great practice today. Yeah, and then when
Big
it
Dick Mitch.
yeah, and then when it actually counted, oh look at this deep ball going by everybody. Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky never threw interceptions. Oh yeah, there's a good fucking reason for that. His deep ball's going over everybody's head, not just the receiver. It goes over the defensive back's head too.
that's
Oh yeah, he never
that's.
threw picks.
I mean, that is one way to guarantee that you're not going to get
No,
missed.
yeah.
You can't. They
I
can't. That's his big brain. He's like thinking like, they can't intercept it if I overthrow them.
Tro, Tro's internet is horrible. Oh
What?
boy, your internet is horrible. You just all of a sudden went like I don't. But yeah, I can't believe there were Trubisky apologists back in the day, man. Look, I'll be the first to say when we drafted him, I was hyped because all I was hearing was this kid's gonna be pretty good. And when I saw his first year, he was fine. His first year, first full year, like 2017, he played a couple games. He was okay. 2018, he was fine, but you still saw that he had problems with accuracy. Everything went downhill 2019 on. He was terrible. And there were so many Trubisky apologists. We went all of 2019 barely able to move the fucking ball. And then in 2020, they signed Nick Foles. And it's like, you have a short leash, Trubisky, because of what happened last year. The offense can barely move the ball. So Trubisky makes a bad pass week 2 against Atlanta. He gets benched. And all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, Trubisky throws one bad pass and he's benched. Are you kidding me, bro? Did you not watch all of last year? It's not one bad pass. He was terrible for 2019. We barely did anything week 1. There was a great comeback victory. I give that to Trubisky. There was a great comeback victory in week 1 against the Lions, but for 3 fucking quarters, they couldn't move the ball. For this would be in the like towards the end of the first half here. So for a whole half against the Falcons here, they couldn't move the damn ball. It was more than just a pick. It was more than just one bad pass. He was benched for a reason. But anyway,
All I know is that Russell Wilson is going to lead the Giants to great
yeah, sure,
things.
yeah, sure.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get ready for Week 8, buddy, or Week
Yeah,
11 whenever the Giants face the Bears.
Grandpa Russell Wilson. Yeah,
Yeah, you know
okay.
what Grandpa's going to do? He's gonna take Caleb Williams, put him over his knees, give him good
No,
old ass whooping.
no, Caleb's gonna destroy you guys. But
No,
now let's get to the let's get to the show here. May 6th, 2004, we open the show. So before we open here, we gotta set the stage because on May 2nd, this will be 4 days earlier, SmackDown did a house show in in Eddie Guerrero's area. So he had his family with him, and this is where, including his mother, all his family's in the ring. JBL comes in, runs in, hits Eddie with the clothesline from hell, goes right to his mother, puts his hand on her shoulder, and she drops like a ton of bricks. JBL is obviously shocked as hell. He hightails it out of there before Eddie can get to him. And Eddie just gets on the house mic and because I mean it's a house show. It's pretty much a house mic. Nobody else can hear
yeah,
you. And he says, "Get a medic, get the medics down here." To which they obviously come down. But anyway, all that happened 4 days ago. Technically, it would be 2 days ago because SmackDown was taped on
yeah.
Tuesdays. So this would be May 4th. Yeah, so yeah, 2 days. But anyway, the show kicks off with Michael Cole in the ring where he announces the horrible news that Eddie Guerrero's mother had a heart attack at a house show just 2 days earlier, or 4 days earlier, even though it really was 2 days. And then Michael Cole cues up the footage. They show it. Everything I just explained to you happens, and I don't really need to explain much else because that's
Yeah,
about it. I just explained the whole thing to you. I thought I thought that this was a great segment, a great way to kick off the show too, coming off with that happening. But this got so much more heat, as if JBL needed any more heat. This
he
puts so much more heat on him, and the interview he does later on in this show helps that as well. I love this Eddie Guerrero JBL
he
feud. But anyway, your thoughts on the shoulder touch of doom, as you like to
the
call
shoulder touch of doom. Yeah, he needs to police escort out of the
it? That's yeah,
off the off the arena because they were gonna kill
It's true.
him. That's some old school. That's some old school shit there. They were gonna
Yeah.
kill him. Apparently JBL just has the power to touch your shoulder and give you a heart attack. I mean,
Yep.
why doesn't he do this normally? Like
Yeah.
imagine, just do this Judgment Day. Touch
Yeah.
Eddie's shoulder. Oh no!
You know what? JBL would have been champion long before the brand extension if he had
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
he just he's just a menace. He's just going around touching
Yeah.
everyone's, just
Um.
touching everyone's shoulder.
Funny thing about JBL too, because back when he was playing football, I don't know if this was something new, at least something that resurfaced recently, but um, this was something that was sent to me in a group chat today, and it's a post game interview with Bradshaw, and he's cut like a Hulk Hogan type of promo, and that's probably why it is probably something that just resurfaced. But he was great in it. You could see back then, like JBL had it even back then when he was playing football. I love JBL. I love when I know most people probably disagree with me on this. Excuse me, but I love JBL more than APA Bradshaw. But that's just me personally. That's no hate on APA Bradshaw because he was pretty good as the ass kicker in
Frank
APA as well.
Frank hates the APA Bradshaw confirmed.
Nah.
No,
So, wait, your thoughts on the segment here, though? The
I thought it was good. I mean,
okay,
that is one way to get heat.
it
Um,
is.
JBL said it. It's true. Every Guerrero knows knows how to work because goddamn.
Oh, every Guerrero he says. Well, you're gonna see more of that too a little soon, a little later. Talk about getting heat. JBL wasn't the only one who's doing a great job of that on this show.
Yeah.
But so to move on from that, now we have Taz and Cole just talking about the incident. As Cole says, as soon as Eddie Guerrero gets here, and I don't know if I heard this wrong or not, but I don't think I did. A little bit of a slip up here from Michael Cole, but he says as soon as Eddie Guerrero gets here, he will give an update on the condition of his wife.
Where's
Now
Vicky?
Vicky was
Is Vicky
there.
okay?
Vicky was there, but she wasn't the one who suffered the
No.
heart attack. Vicky was actually on the outside of the ring when this was happening, holding her kids.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm pretty sure I did not hear that wrong. Cole just says he'll give an update on his
Eddie
wife.
Eddie Eddie comes in. My wife is okay. Steve. What about your mother? Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Now yeah, his mother had a heart attack, but he's gonna give an update on his wife. You know, he says we gotta know the emotional damage this is caused.
Vicky Vicky is very upset about her mother, her mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's crazy, but a little bit of a slip up by Mike Cole. It happens. We make fun of slip
What
ups
the
here.
hell?
That doesn't mean we're making fun of the person. I am a big Michael Cole fan,
But
especially this era, Michael Cole and Taz. But go ahead.
the show's taped. They could have fixed this in post.
I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, did I hear that wrong? Not only is it taped, but now it's on Peacock. This is 21
Well, do
years
you
ago. It can
do you think
even
they
be.
were going to call in now?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Cole, we need you to redub so we get 2004 Cole.
That's true.
Eddie will talk to his mother tonight.
No, give an update. Give an update, not talk.
We'll give an update about his mother tonight.
Oh man, yeah. Again, I'm a big fan of Michael Cole, especially Michael Cole and Taz era, the Smackdown era. Though I love them,
Big Met,
but
big Met fan, Cole.
oh yeah, of course. It's so is Taz. They both are.
Did you see his home run call?
Uh, Michael Cole did a home run call. I did
Yeah,
not
so
see.
they asked him to redo the home run call, the splash hit to tie the game from the
Oh
ESPN
really?
game. So Cole did that. Damn good.
Yeah. So I'll need to find that. But mention splash hit by see the name tag right there. What is it?
Yeah,
What season is it? It's Ronnie
it
Mauricio
is. It
season,
is
baby.
trading Ronnie Mauricio season.
No, no, no,
No, don't worry. We'll trade him for Luis Roberts Jr., who's betting
no,
206 and won't be
no.
here
We
in October.
first off, we do not need hitting. We need pitching. But yeah, I hope we don't trade anybody for Luis Roberts
We're
Jr.
gonna
unless
we're gonna trade the farm for Sandy Alcantara and freaking
we have
Luis Roberts.
we have plenty of infielders. We have no pitching, but let's trade for an infielder. Okay, or he's a center
Our
fielder, right? Yeah, but still,
oh
center
God,
field.
jeez.
Center field is not the biggest issue right now. The biggest issue is pitching. We have a solid defensive center fielder in Tyrone Taylor. We don't need a big bat in center field.
Are you saying that Frankie Montas isn't trustable?
I'm saying that most of the guys, no matter how good the rotation has looked, when it comes to postseason and you got to face a rotation like what the Dodgers have,
Well,
yeah. I like David
well,
Peterson. I like Kodai Senga if
you
he
know,
can just stay healthy, but we need
today
more.
is the 10-year anniversary of the
Yes.
Wilma Flores game,
How
so I
funny is
predict
it too?
10.
How funny is it too that on the exact 10-year anniversary of the Padres series, the 28th through the 30th, we faced San Diego all three of those days. 10 years later, on the exact same days, we're playing the Padres again. The schedule makers have a little, but also mixed in with that, we have two series mixed in with that against Wilmer Flores, and that's leading into the 10-year anniversary. Which not only today is the 10-year anniversary of the near trade, but uh, what would that be? Friday? No, Wednesday.
Friday's
Wednesday.
Friday's first.
Oh, Friday, then that'll be Thursday. Yeah, yeah. Thursday is the 10-year anniversary of Wilmer Flores hitting the greatest walk-off
Yep,
home run in City Field history. Plus, well, he'll be here. He'll be at City Field for it. It's just the
yep,
Mets do not play. I don't know how this. That's the one mistake the schedule makers made. You bring Wilmer Flores here, but you don't schedule the Mets to play on that day. Where if they did, they would have ended up playing Wilmer Flores. Ronnie, shout out to Ron. He's been on the channel before, and I disagree with this. Dodgers don't scare me. But here's the problem with Ron. Here's the one thing. That's his
uh,
team.
ew.
Yeah, that's his team. But
I don't know. I don't know, Ron. I think
what
you should
happened
be
in
more
the
scared about your team than the Dodgers.
what happened in the NLDS last year? I
Well,
forgot.
I can tell you I can now say with certainty that the Phillies will not be Bryce Harper will not be getting any strike calls or ball calls for the rest of the season. Everything will
Okay.
be against him.
Oh yeah, what is? I just saw that like 30 minutes ago, like right before we
Oh
went
yeah,
on
it's
air.
good.
Bryce
It's
Harper was
we have
yelling at
2 years. We have 2 years to win a World Series, Frank, because in 2027 they're going to go on strike.
really.
Yes, almost
Oh,
definitely because
shit.
they really want the salary cap,
Oh
the
wow.
owners, and the players. So basically, Rob Manfred came into the Phillies locker room
Yeah.
and said and talked about. So, what are your thoughts on a possible salary cap? Salary cap? And then Harper said what he said. So now it's going to be. So,
wow. So, but beyond that, but since Ron is here, we gotta. I gotta ask you, Tro, what happened in the NLDS last year?
Francisco Lindor hit a grand salami
Against who now?
against the Phillies. And then, you
Oh,
know, I think Edwin Diaz did the Edwin Diaz special of putting himself in a very stupid fucking position, but still finding a way to bail himself
I
out.
got you. I'm so tired of every time we win a game where Edwin Diaz locks it down in the ninth inning, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, does Edwin
But why
Diaz
does
have to allow base runners all the
why
time?"
does he have to allow them?
The mark of a great closer is somebody who can get out of those
But
type of.
it's like he's doing it on purpose.
He's not doing it on purpose.
He's like a
It's
masochist. He's like, this is too easy. Let
when,
me walk the next few batters.
when it's a close game, the opposing team is not just going to lay down and let you strike one, strike two, strike three,
They
strike one, strike two, strike three, strike one, strike two, strike. It ain't easy like that.
we
There's a
could
reason it's the major leagues. The mark of a great closer is somebody who, when they're in that type of damage, they're not damage. When they're in that type of danger, I should say, they get out of it. That's what
we,
happens.
we could put him in. We could put him in up by 10, and he will walk in exactly 9 batters just to make it interesting.
Would you
Like, this
would you
isn't
like
fun yet. Now it's fun.
would you like 2019 Edwin Diaz who would come in not have any of that type of traffic on bases and just give up the game tying home run and then give
I'd like
up the next
I'd like
one?
Pete. I'd like 2019 Pete Alonso.
I mean,
Not that this Pete Alonso is bad, but
no, not at all. He's
2019
almost there.
was crazy.
He's almost there for the franchise record. He's getting there.
Yeah, he'll do it against the Giants.
Yeah. Speaking of franchise records, one of the guys the last guy he just jumped over, just had his number retired. Since we're talking
Yeah,
Mets right now, your thoughts on David Wright's retirement ceremony? Number retirement.
David Wright.
It was pretty
Well,
cool to hear. Go ahead. Go ahead.
he'll be the last person he sees number retired for a while.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, or fortunately,
It
depending.
was it was pretty cool to hear 5 on it in City Field again. That I always think of David Wright when I hear that song. It's a great song too, but
Yeah,
yeah, David Wright
he's
got
got
me
five
into it.
on it.
I mean, I was there for his big league debut, and the very next game I went to, his big league debut was the day before my birthday. It was July 21st, 2004. Very next game I went to, August 10th, 2004. I went to 2 games in the summer of 2004. He hit his first home run, his first Shea Stadium home run in that game. So I was there for his first game, his MLB debut, and his first home run. I wasn't there for his first City Field home run. That
No,
was an expensive ticket because that was the first game in City Field history. He hit the first Mets homer in City Field. He not only hit the first Mets homer in City Field, he hit the first World Series home run in City Field history. How about
yes, he did.
that?
That
Yeah.
was the greatest moment in City Field history.
Mm.
It's hard.
Um,
It's hard to disagree with that. I mean, given
absolutely.
context.
Absolutely. Like I said, the Wilmer Flores, that's the greatest walk-off home run in City Field history. It's also the greatest regular season home run in City Field
Yeah,
history. But when you
did
throw postseason into question, I mean David Wright hitting that home run at the World Series after everything he went through to come back and
so.
just in that year alone, to come back and have a moment like that off the late your Von how do you say his name again? Oh my gosh,
I know.
Ventura. I forgot how you say his first name. But Ventura, may he rest in peace. He died way too young, like 2 years later. He was young in that World Series as it was, and sadly we lost him. But right hitting that home run was a great moment. But
What's it
let's get
called?
go ahead.
We can do the Mets aren't playing on Thursday, right?
The 31st
It,
they are
it,
off.
it'd be a travel day back home.
Yeah,
Well, I'm available that day. After
yeah.
I'm 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 available.
I'm pretty sure I'll be too.
We're gonna have to work it out. It's gonna have to be kind of like around this time
Okay,
because I don't get into camp until 6:40 at night. So
okay. So that
give or
yeah
take
that
that time.
on the 10-year anniversary of Wilmer Flores hitting the
Yeah.
walk-off home
Did
run.
we face the Royals this month? Was that this month or last month that we faced
I
the
believe that
Royals?
uh, was it this month? I think it was. Yeah, pretty sure
I was
that.
gonna say because I wanna bring up the dirty shit that they did against us.
Hmm. Anyway, getting back to the show here.
Back to 2004.
Yeah, back
This
to
David
2000.
Wright kid, this David Wright kid's still in AAA.
He's still Triple A. He's a couple of months away from making his big league debut, but somebody
Everyone's calling
who,
for him to come up.
yeah, we have first matchup on the night. John Cena taking on Doug Basham. And John Cena, even though he is not the guy yet, he is having matches against random people and just the crowd is into it. He's on the rock level in that term, the awesome level. He's not in terms of being a major star on that level yet, but just in terms of having the crowd. Like I tell you, I reviewed a Raw in 1999. I reviewed it with Christian, where like Rock took on, I believe, Steve Blackman, and the crowd was going crazy for that. Like just watching these last couple of Smackdowns, John Cena's in these random matches, but the crowd is going nuts for him. Well, here's another one of these random matches against Doug Basham. Crowd's into it. Cena gets the win with the FU. This before it was called the AA. It was the FU back then. I give this again 3.5 stars because I really enjoyed Cena here. The crowd was into it. Your thoughts on Cena against Basham?
The fans were really into Doug Basham here. They were all Basham heads here.
Basham heads.
Now you know Cena just facing off against the cabinet before the cabinet existed.
Right,
Basically,
right.
getting his prelim matches out
Yeah.
against the Bashams. Even though I don't think he ever even really faces the Bashams once he does the program with JBL.
Um.
Pretty sure
I
he doesn't.
would think there'd have to be some type of match leading up to WrestleMania. You would think. I know he
I don't think
drops
so.
the. I know he drops the U.S. title to Orlando Jordan at least, but
Yeah,
I don't know if he
they didn't
faced the
really
Bashams.
they didn't really have much to do for the Bashams
Yeah.
after they lose their titles to Eddie and Rodney.
Right, yeah, No Way Out. That was the opener for No Way Out '05.
Yeah,
Your thoughts? Oh, you gave your thoughts, right?
yeah, it's good.
Okay. Last Thursday, we get a last Thursday of Booker T and Undertaker segment. The segment where Booker T hits Undertaker with the urn. Undertaker sits up and Booker T hightails it. And the reason why we're showing that is because it is Mama Sangre time.
His
Booker
mama is angry like Tom on.
Booker T goes into a store that looks like the Magic Box from the latter seasons of Buffy, where there's all this majestic stuff, if you will,
he,
in there, and
he runs into Paul Bear
you
right there. Oh, he runs into Paul Bear. Oh, hello, Booker. Oh, I'm just in here in my normal time.
watching Buffy.
Watching watching Buffy. It's my favorite place. Oh, you're in face my Undertaker at Judgment Day? Oh, okay. You want to enjoy some Buffy? No, man, I hate Buffy. I'm more of a Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of man. Oh
Oh, you're telling me Paul Bearer doesn't enjoy Sabrina? Come on.
no! It would be a very hypocritical thing for him to not like Sabrina, which is why he probably doesn't. I don't care for witches. I like vampires. You see, it works. That's he recruited the brood. It's like I don't like witches. I like vampires.
That's why he recruited the Brood. There you go. Long-term storytelling here.
Long term
Um,
story.
so here's what happens. It's revealed that Paul Bearer created Mama Sangre's office or store here, if you will, because he wanted to have his own magic box. This was this was right after. This is literally a year after Buffy was ended. So the magic box, being the latter seasons, was still fairly fresh on any Buffy fan's mind. So that's what happened here. Paul Bearer created this place to remind himself of the magic box.
Hey, Buffy, I mean, Paul Bearer was a great carpenter. Think of all the caskets he had.
So Booker T walks into this magic box type store, looks around, and he's ready. He sees nothing. He's ready to leave before a voice in the background can be heard. It says, "You came this far. Why are you gonna leave now?" Or something to that effect.
He got himself one
And
of mine.
And Booker T's like, well, whatever. And they cut the commercial. We come back, and Mama Sangre, or I don't think they actually cut the commercial. It was just a cut in the little vignette here. So Booker T is sitting right in, face to face with Mama Sangre, and Mama Sangre tells Booker she sees a shadow of a dead man and it's going to grab Booker and drag him into the ground. She then opens this box that she has right next to her, takes a little baggie out of it, and she starts taking stuff out of the box to put into the bag. First, she says, well, she takes a little paper out, says, "This is names from a coffin of a condemned man," puts it into the bag. She takes a feather out. She says, "These are feathers of a crow," puts it into the bag. Takes some fangs out. "These are fangs from a
Oh my
three-legged
God! They killed Gangrel.
not from Gangrel. It was actually from a three-legged dog."
Oh my
Puts it
God!
into the
She killed the
bag.
dog.
And then she
Fifi,
says,
no.
"We do see Renee Dupree, but we don't see Fifi on this show.
Oh,
You
there
may
you
be
go.
on to something."
Oh my God!
She then says, "There's one more thing that Booker needs that she can't give him." Booker says, "What would that be?" She says, "Dirt from a special grave that needs to be dug up at midnight under the full moon. A grave of a man with no name." Booker's like, "Well, how the hell am I going to find that grave?" And Mama Sangre says, "It will find him." This was go ahead.
Booker's like, Mama Sangre. Oh my God! It's a new moon out there. It's not gonna be another full moon for a whole fucking month. I gotta face the Undertaker in about 2 weeks. What do you mean by midnight? Midnight Eastern, midnight Central, midnight Mountain? You gotta be specific. There's a lot of midnights. I'm traveling all over the country.
Yeah, I thought this was a great little segment here. Playing off the Undertaker mind games thing. How do you get one up on a guy who plays mind games the way Undertaker does? Mama Sangre was pretty good in her character here. I thought this was a great segment. Your thoughts?
I thought it was good. Um, it's Booker showing that he's desperate enough to try anything to deal with the Undertaker.
We are definitely late into the road to Judgment Day right now because not only have we finally gotten to the shoulder touch of doom. But guess what?
What?
Chavo Senior is now Chavo Classic.
Ooh.
So both Chavos come out, and it's Tony Chimo who officially announces being accompanied by Chavo Classic. And Chavo Classic gets the mic, says he's emotional due to his mother's heart attack. Let's not forget, that's not only Eddie Guerrero's
Yeah.
mother, that's also Chavo Classic's mother. But he says he's here to support his son. That is when Chavo Current, I guess. Chavo Current grabs the mic and says, Dad, you are truly classic. He says, last week he made a promise and he's here to keep it. He's here to see if anyone has accepted the challenge. And that is when a familiar song, by the way, this is a pretty familiar song if you watch the Attitude Era. But meanwhile, this song hits, and Michael Cole and Taz are like, who the hell's this? Who the hell's this? It's Jacqueline's theme song. Jacqueline's theme song hits, and Michael Cole and Taz are like, who, what's going on here?
Shaniqua looks different.
By the way, speaking of Shaniqua, TMZ, man. TMZ. I don't know if you've seen this, but Raka Khan apparently got arrested a couple days ago. And so TMZ reporting on this arrest put Shaniqua's picture in the thumbnail
Oh
of the
no.
article. Like,
Yeah,
what?
that poor girl's probably reading the paper, reading TMZ.
Reading
She's like,
TMZ, yeah.
I got arrested.
Yeah, not here to talk about Raka Khan's personal life. Hopefully, whatever's bothering her, she can get through. But I had to bring that up just because of TMZ. Like, I don't. I'm thinking as somebody from TMZ Google search Raka Khan, and you know how sometimes you might Google search one
Yeah.
thing and some type of picture that is relatable to what you're searching pops up, and they're like, "Oh, that must be Raka
They
Khan. Let's put that in there."
they Google searched WWE Black Woman, and
Oh my god!
thankfully they didn't go with Naomi or Jade Cargill, because
Well,
that would have been a little worse.
they knew that Raka Khan wrestled for TNA because they put that in the article. So I don't know.
There you go. Could have been Naomi still.
So yeah, Jacqueline's theme hits, and Michael Cole and Taz somehow forgot the Attitude Era because they're sitting there like, "Who the hell is this?" I mean, hell, not even the Attitude Era. Jacqueline was there like 2 years ago. Not even 2 years ago. She actually wrestled at Judgment Day 03. I think at this point, this would be her last pay per view appearance. So literally, like a year ago, and somehow her music hits. Everybody's like, and Cole and Taz are like, "Who the hell's this?"
Who is
Not
this
a great,
woman?
not a great night for Michael Cole so far. At the
Chavo,
top of the show, at
Chavo's
the
theme hits. Who's this? I don't know, Cole. It's a new superstar. I think he calls himself Chavo Guerrero.
at the top of the show, Cole tells us that Eddie Guerrero will be here to give us an update on the condition of his wife, even though it's his mother who had a heart attack. And now Michael Cole does not know who the hell this is when literally it's Jacqueline's theme song. But anyway, Chavo laughs it off after Jacqueline gets in the ring. He says, there is no man, definitely not no woman alive, that can beat him. He tells Jacqueline, get a little heat. Got to get a little heat here. I tell you, not only was JBL the heat missile on this one, but on this show, but so was Chavo. Chavo tells Jacqueline to go to the back and make him a sandwich. To which Taz replies, and make me one too. I do not condone talking to
I'm
women.
hungry.
I do not condone talking to women like that. Let me just say that first of all. But on a
I don't
TV
know who the
show,
hell this woman is, but I hope she makes me a sandwich cold. I,
On
I want rye bread on mine, Taz.
on a TV show, when you are the villain, I mean, that's what you do to make people hate you. But Taz, like, yeah, make me one too. I'm
I'm
telling you,
hungry.
Taz and Cole were hilarious back in these days, man. I loved growing up. They were the voice of my childhood, pretty much. Because I watched mostly SmackDown. I didn't really get to see Raw a lot, although I did see more so in 2004. I started to really be able to watch Raw. But yeah, Taz and Cole are the voices of my childhood. I love JR and King too, but Taz and Cole, I grew up on them. So he tells Jacqueline to go to the back and make him a sandwich, to which Taz says, make me one too. Chavo then says she doesn't really want he tells her, you don't really want to do this, honey. Jacqueline rears back, slaps him, and the bell rings. And yes, this was a short match, but it was a damn good short match. Chavo did everything right in the little promo segment right before the match began to get heat on himself, to where people wanted to watch Jacqueline kick his ass. And during this match, they were behind Jacqueline in every way. Jacqueline gets for after so Jacqueline's getting beat up, obviously, because you got to tell the underdog story here. When the referee is not looking, because the referee's dealing with Chavo Classic on the outside, Chavo Junior, or excuse me, Chavo Current, as we'll call him, was getting ready to hit the gory special. So he's got her in the powerbomb position where you're about to pick her up, and then he hits the gory special. But when he does this, again, referee dealing with Chavo Classic, boom, low blow, small package, 1, 2, 3, crowd erupts. Great short match. I give this 4 stars, even though it was a short match. This reminds me of Survivor Series 98. Ironically, another match that involved Jacqueline. Sable versus Jacqueline from Survivor 98. It was a short match. The big story, Jacqueline was sort of the third wheel, but when there's a third wheel situation like this, it's fine because the main story was Sable and Mark Marrow, their feud. The crowd wanted to see Sable whip Mark Marrow's ass. And when she Sable bombed him, they went nuts. And I gave that. We haven't technically reviewed Survivor Series 98, but I've done like a Facebook type of review for it. And I gave that match like 4.5 stars. That was an amazing match for the crowd involvement. Just like this match, the crowd involvement. Chavo Guerrero did everything right prior to the match to get heat on himself. And the match delivered big time. People will complain, oh, why are you putting a cruiserweight title on a woman? Blah blah blah. They did this perfectly, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. But your thoughts, Tro, on Jacqueline versus Chavo Current? I'm gonna
I thought
call
it was fine
okay. I'm gonna call him Chavo Current for like the rest of the road too.
until you forget,
Well,
which will probably be the next show.
when we do the road to Great American Bash 04, I'll call him Chavo Current too, because that was also
Mm.
Chavo Classic era. But yeah, go ahead, give your thoughts on that.
I thought it was fine. I don't have a problem with putting the title on
Right.
John Jacqueline. Because the cruiserweight title was never tied to, never been like a singles male title. It's technically open to anybody who's under a certain weight limit. So,
Right.
and
True.
Jacqueline's big enough to warrant an understanding that she could win the
Yeah.
title. First woman to win a title, men's title, technically, since I think China. I guess not. I guess Mighty
Um.
Molly, but
Yeah, Mighty Molly. That's true.
he barely counts.
Still counts.
Barely.
Anyway, now we have. Let's see. Oh, well, typical WWE back in the days. Moments ago, exactly what they just showed you. Jacqueline wins the cruiserweight title, and now we have FBI, the full-blooded Italians, Johnny the Bull Samboli, and Nunzio in the ring, and Kurt Angle's music hits. Well, obviously the FBI isn't about to face Kurt Angle because Kurt Angle is obviously inning. He's not doing
Well,
too
hold
well.
on. It's
Okay,
Mr. Angle.
Mr. Angle. Well, he doesn't really call himself that anymore. I think he only did that for like one episode. At least I don't remember hearing him say that. So Kurt
Even
Angle
he,
comes.
even he forgot.
So Kurt Angle comes out and let me see. He says that he's very disappointed in the uh, Tucson fans. He thought they were going to be much better than the fans last week, but they are still not showing him the appreciation for him going out and risking his whole career for the fans, and they show him no appreciation. He says that he made a promise that Undertaker would be in action. If you remember correctly, of our last review, it was technically Michael Cole who made that promise, like right at the end of the show, just randomly was like, "Yeah, Undertaker's gonna be here in action next week." Kurt Angle wasn't the one who said that, but he says that he made a promise Undertaker would be in action, and he told Luther Reigns to put the word out to any superstar because this was something that if he was still able to wrestle, he would jump at the opportunity. But he says he put the word out to Luther Reigns, or told Luther, excuse me, to put the word out to everybody, and whoever was willing to face him could face the Undertaker. No one answered the challenge. So he then tells the FBI, "Hey, look, you guys thought you were going to be in a tag match, right? Well, you know what? I thought I was going to be wrestling forever or something like that. He thought I was going to be wrestling for a long, long time. So guess what? Things change. And tonight you are going to go against The Undertaker. And this match was really just Undertaker beating the ever living hell out of the full blooded
Yeah.
Italians. Uh, I gave it 1 star. Taker just destroys them. Good build up for Undertaker. Obviously going to take on Booker T, but in terms of a match, not much to say. Thoughts on Angle's promo and the Undertaker versus FBI?
Angle's promo was good. John was really lucky that Undertaker didn't accept his challenge because he said, "No man alive."
Yeah,
We're going for the cruiserweight title, motherfucker.
that is true. He did say "No man alive," and that the one time a wrestler says that in WWE, and it's not answered by Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah,
But but freaking Paul Bearer's out there facing the FBI. Like, oh yeah, yes. I don't like the FBI. They come for my taxes. You're thinking of IRS. Orin Wire Shyster. Oh, we had to deal with him in the 90s. He's not here anymore, Undertaker. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. Um, all right, so now we have. Let's see, Booker T in the grave site looking for this dirt. And he ends up finding, well, first you got to find the unmarked grave, which he does find. He finds the unmarked grave, puts some dirt into the bag. I get this had to be the same bag that Mama Sangre gave him. And he walks away. Now, SmackDown is on the air about, this has got to be hour 2. So This is about 9 o'clock Eastern time, at least. Mama Sangre said that the grave needs to be dug up at midnight.
It's midnight summer, man.
This might be spoiler alert. This might be why Booker T lost the match at Judgment Day.
Now, whose unmarked grave might this be?
Well, we're gonna find that out right here. So Booker T walks away after putting the dirt in the bag, and a hand comes out with a purple glove. Who would that be?
Undertaker.
There you
No.
go.
So Undertaker finds purple gloves for the specific. I just got done wrestling the FBI. Now hide in this grave.
Yeah, none of this makes sense. They're
Yeah.
digging up the grave at 9 o'clock when it's supposed to be digged up at midnight, and then the Undertaker, who literally just wrestled the match, is is in a
It's his
grave.
it's his powers. You know, he has divinity powers. He can teleport.
Uh,
Hopefully, he took Paul Bear with him, or Paul Bear
maybe
just waiting in Smackdown. I'll
Paul
take
was
her where to go.
Paul was somewhere watching Buffy. We know that.
Buffy.
Well, he
It's
was
like
in
watching
Mama
a kid.
Sangre's store. He was in Mama Sangre's store watching Buffy.
You gotta treat Paul Bear like a kid. Here's a juice box. Watch Buffy. I'll be right back. I'll be back. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, Undertaker.
So I enjoyed the Booker T Mama Sangre segments here, counting this one, even though Mama Sangre was not in this one. But yeah, I thought this was pretty good. Again, it just Booker T's trying to play the mind games on Undertaker before Undertaker can play it on him. So I understand that. Tro, your thoughts?
He's lucky that he didn't find a soda hat.
It was his hat, Mr. Krabs. He was
He was
number one.
number one.
It was his hat, Booker T.
He was, it was his glove, Booker T. He was number
Under Smitty Taker Man Jenkins.
one. You're gonna disavow me. That's gross, man. I just want the glove back.
Oh man, if you enjoy podcasts where grown men talk
Referencing
about
SpongeBob and WWE.
referencing kid shows, this is the one for you. At least the kid shows we grew up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have Josh Matthews, and Josh Matthews gets himself into a ton of shit here. Not in real life, obviously, but storyline wise. He's looking to interview Eddie Guerrero. He's at Eddie Guerrero's locker room door. They literally show the incident again, as if like literally from start to finish, as if we didn't just see this at the beginning of the show. Like it's literally like the moments ago thing. Like we literally just saw
Moments
this.
ago.
Do you need to go through over this again? This was you should have gave me the Cliff Notes type of thing here, but they show the whole thing over from start to finish, and then Josh Matthews asks Eddie if he blames JBL, or guess what he says next, or if he blames himself, meaning Eddie Guerrero, blaming himself for what happened at the house show a couple days ago, what they literally just showed. Eddie Guerrero doesn't say shit. He just starts shaking with anger. And Josh Matthews does the smartest thing he did in this segment. He walks away. This was a really good little interview segment here just to, again, show that Eddie Guerrero is pissed. Obviously, it's his mother who just had a heart attack because JBL decided to ruin their little party for Mother's Day, by the way. As Eddie did mention in the video, Mother's Day is coming up, so let me bring my family into the ring. And JBL came in, clothesline from hell. We went through it earlier. We're not like SmackDown. We're not going to go through it
Moments
all over
ago.
again. uh, Now we have, as if this show hasn't been great already, let's bring the amazingly beautiful, now 50 years old, happy birthday to Tori Wilson. She is now in her 50s and she looks better than most 20-year-olds. And she is taking on another extremely beautiful 50-year-old, Dawn Marie. And this match ended in a no contest, but it was good for what it was. Um, this was really just to build up Rene Dupree versus John Cena, but also somehow it was a good way to get Tori Wilson on the show, and also Dawn Marie, which is not bad at all. Get both of them on the show, but Rene Dupree is on commentary, and at one moment Tori Wilson goes up on the top rope. Dupree leaves the commentary booth, tries to throw Tori off the top rope. Tori fights him off. That is when John Cena comes out. Cena runs in. It leads to a brawl. The match never technically ends. It's one of those matches where it technically never ends. You never hear the bell ring, but you're just supposed to assume that because of this happening, the match is essentially over. You can even see like during Dupree's and Cena's brawl, Dawn Marie just escaping the ring and getting out of there. So the match is thrown out essentially. And Cena and Dupree brawl on the outside. Dupree, for the most part, gets the upper hand, and this ends with Rene Dupree power bombing John Cena through the announce table. Um, and then they go to a commercial break. When they come back, no, before they come back from commercial, before they go to the commercial break, Dupree starts hit after power bombing Cena through the table. Dupree starts hitting Cena with the French flag, and he then drapes the flag over Cena, which is the officials immediately tear it off Cena, which to me kind of took away from the drama
Get it
of
off of
like
him.
yeah, the drama of the flag being draped over him, but I get it because in storyline, obviously the medics are trying to work on him. So I guess yeah, you got to get the flag out of the way in theory and storyline, in reality. But anyway, they go to commercial after all this, and we have a during the break where they show John Cena being put on the stretcher. Dupree throws the stretcher out of the way. And then, obviously he just broke the announce table by powerbombing Cena through it. So Michael Cole and Taz are no longer in their chairs. Well, Rene Dupree grabs one of their chairs and throws him at Cena. And then that's when first off, thoughts on this brawl between Cena and Dupree.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
It finally gets heat on Renee
yes,
and takes Cena down a notch, makes Renee look like an actual threat,
yes.
even though in reality he isn't. um, I
And
thought it was good.
back then he could have been. He could have absolutely been.
Yeah, but kind of ends right at Judgment Day.
Hmm. You did bring up a good point that this gets heat on Rene Dupree because really, at this point, this story between Dupree and Cena has just been Cena going in on essentially making fun of Dupree with
Yeah,
his freestyles. That's essentially what this has been so far. So this was a great little moment here to have Dupree get one up on him, put him through the announce table. I thought this was perfect. Uh, so yeah, great little moment there. Great little build for Cena and Dupree. Taz and Michael Cole go over the Judgment Day card. Matches that were referenced here. Obviously, they started with JBL versus Eddie Guerrero, your main event. They showed Undertaker versus Booker T. They showed Cena versus Rene Dupree, and I think that's all they showed. I can't remember if they. I don't think there were even more reference yet. Are you pointing up for me for
No,
something? Oh, okay, just stretching.
I'm
I'm
I'm,
like,
I'm
wait,
watching the Mets game. I'm watching the Mets game, and Sean
no
Manaea is on the
spoilers.
mound.
Oh,
So
can you stop putting current day WWE
I am
stank
acknowledging
on
our
the Mets?
tribal chief.
Stop putting current day pro wrestling stank on the Mets.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. This is if we miss the playoffs, I'm blaming everybody who acknowledges Sean McNaya as the
You
tribal
should you
chief.
should blame the fucking dumbass pitcher who didn't cover first base last night.
I would blame everybody who acknowledges you're putting that current day pro wrestling stank on the Mets. We need to
I don't
stop
know.
doing
We were 7-1 since the WWE night.
that. That is true, and that's mostly because Tiffany Stratton came back.
Oh,
No,
but that's modern stank.
Tiffany Stratton doesn't count because she looks damn good.
Roman Reigns doesn't count either.
Yeah, Roman
Roman's
Reigns
great.
is he being the best in a shitty era. What does that really mean?
I
If
don't
he
know.
had
Ask
somebody
Stone
to,
Cold.
if he no, no. You can't ask Stone Cold that. Stone Cold was the best during the best era.
He wasn't the best during the Ruthless Aggression era.
He was the best during the Attitude Era, the best era, not the second best era, not the era
The
that
Golden
had,
Era.
not the 2007 Mets era. That's what I would consider ruthless aggression. Great
You
start,
mean
horrible ending. The last couple of years of the ruthless aggression era was September of 2007. WWE Mets. And funny enough, that would be the end of the final years of ruthless aggression. September of 2007 would count towards that because the ruthless aggression era ended on my birthday in 2008. That would be July 22nd, 2008.
yeah, technically speaking,
Yeah.
that is what it is.
So now we have JBL, and this is where JBL gets some heat, man. He's already got heat because of what happened, but this interview just puts even more heat on him. JBL via satellite, being interviewed by Michael Cole. JBL is in New York here. The episode is taking place in Tucson, as I mentioned earlier, Tucson, Arizona. I'm mentioning that for a reason because it will come up in this interview segment here. JBL says he blames Eddie Guerrero for putting his family in harm's way because obviously he brought him into the ring. So what happens, happens. There you go. Well, I guess that's true, but as if the man didn't need any more heat. He's already thrown it on himself here. But now Michael Cole says, "Is that why you're in New York right now? You're trying to avoid the situation. You're trying to avoid repercussions for what happened." And JBL says, don't you start. Don't you try that. He says he's in New York because he's a businessman. He's working with CNN. He's got the book. He's got everything going on. And that's why he's in New York right now. He says that he will be he says that hold on. Yeah, he says if he was there, that hothead Eddie Guerrero would do something dumb and get hurt. He says he will be there next week, though. That will be episode 95 of the FCT ENT Retro Wrestling Review. So be there for that one. But he says he will be there next week. And he then says to mark May 16th, which will either be episode 96, 97, somewhere around that, of the FCT Retro Wrestling Reviews. So be there for that one, too. That'll be the end of this road, too. He says mark May 16th down because that's the day JBL will become WWE champion. And as if JBL hasn't got enough heat, get ready for this one. He says He believes Eddie Guerrero's mom faked it. Eddie Guerrero's mother raised him to lie, cheat, and steal. So obviously, she does the same stuff. He he says that his parents bred him for success, while Eddie Guerrero's parents taught him to again lie, cheat, and steal. He tells Cole that, like Eddie Guerrero's title reign, this interview has ended. Great interview segment again. JBL, one of the MVPs on this show. I don't always give out MVPs for episodes, but I'm giving co MVPs for this episode, JBL and Chavo Current, because they were heat seeking missiles for this episode. But great interview segment here with JBL and Michael Cole. JBL just continues to get heat, doing a great job of that. But Tro, your thoughts on the JBL interview segment here?
I thought it was good. Um, JBL just put not accepting any blame for it, and then
Like
saying
a true
basically,
heel.
"Oh, like a true heel, he believes his own stuff." He's like, "Oh, she's probably just faking it.
Yeah.
She didn't have a real heart attack. This is all scripted." He was like, "This is all fake."
Yeah, well, there you go. Uh, Now we have Paul Heyman backstage as Kurt Angle is being wheeled by Luther Reigns. Heyman comes over to Kurt Angle and says he's not trying to tell Angle how to do his job, as again he brings it up again. He's only a guest, but as a former GM himself, he understands the situation here. He says that Eddie Guerrero is a madman, and that if he explodes in the match, which is coming up next, if you remember our last review, they announced the main event during last week's main event. Dudley Boys versus RVD and Rey Mysterio. That is your main event set up here for tonight. So Paul Heyman tells Eddie Guerrero that he tells Kurt Angle that Eddie Guerrero is a madman, and that if he explodes in this upcoming match, then Angle will have the board of directors coming after him. He says if the Dudleys end up getting hurt by something that Eddie Guerrero does to them, then Heyman would advise them to sue. Angle says, "You're right. Eddie will be taken out of the match." Angle then says he needs a replacement. He leans over, looks back where Luther Reigns is obviously standing. He whispers to Luther, and then he tells him to go get him now. Who's him? Well, we'll find out in a moment. Uh, I thought this was a solid little segment here. Paul Heyman, being the slime ball that he is, trying to get his Dudley boys out of getting their asses kicked by Eddie Guerrero, which, let's be honest, even though they're not the ones who caused the heart attack, some of the stuff that they've been doing to Eddie Guerrero, they in the prior weeks, they kind of deserve it, especially to RVD as well. They would kind of deserve any ass kicking they get from Eddie Guerrero. But, well, good little segment here. Good heel work from Heyman and Kurt Angle. Tro, your thoughts?
It's good. And Paul Heyman is obviously terrified for his clients,
Would
and
you not be if a
of
situation like
course,
that happens? Especially if you ain't even the cause of it, you got to deal with the repercussions.
I mean, technically speaking, Paul Heyman does have a hand in what happened because
Yeah,
he
that's
fired
right. That's
because
right.
he's the one who he took full
Yeah,
acceptance to making JBL. So
that's true. There you go.
he's he's as responsible as anybody else.
That is you. You got a point there. You do have a point there. And now we have your main event, sponsored by Breaking All the Rules, starring Jamie Foxx and Gabrielle Union, in theaters May 14th. Uh, your main event is the Dudley Boys taking on RVD and question mark, question mark, question mark. Tro, your thoughts on the legendary question mark, question mark, question mark.
Question mark, question mark is the greatest. Vacant. Vacant, as we like to know.
Uh,
Because,
this is the this is the second time I've taken a sponsor from the actual episode in question and used it as our main event sponsor. Last time I used one, you were very interested in the movie that I picked, whole 10 yards. No interest in breaking all the rules. Jamie Foxx is a legend, man. Come on.
I mean, what rules could they possibly be breaking?
Maybe JBL gave them some pointers on how to break rules.
I guess all of the rules are gonna be broken.
Uh, so Dudley's versus RVD and question mark question mark question mark. Who was question mark question mark question mark in this in this uh, situation? Well, it is a mystery, so why not Rey Mysterio?
Exactly.
And so we actually get a Judgment Day preview. Spoiler alert, because obviously this match has not been announced for Judgment Day yet. But Dudley's versus RVD and Rey Mysterio is your main event for tonight. And this was a fun tag match, man. The crowd was into it. Maybe this is why they were like, hey, let's just throw this in on Judgment Day. But yeah, fun tag match. RVD and Rey Mysterio get the win, but it's everything that happens after the match that is the talking point. Because after the match, the Dudleys attack Mysterio and RVD before Eddie Guerrero comes in and saves the day. But remember, this isn't just Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. This is a pissed off Eddie Guerrero. So he doesn't care who he's attacking. At one point, Eddie Guerrero grabs a chair. He hits both Dudleys with it. One, one. And then the ref kind of starts getting into his way. So he hits the ref with a chair. He hits RVD with a chair. And then for good measure, the
Fuck
Dudleys
them.
get up. And then for good measure, the Dudleys get up. They both get their second helping of chair shots. And the show goes off the air with a pissed off Eddie Guerrero.
Ray got his ass out of here, out of there
Yeah,
quick.
he did. He did.
He's like,
It's not
"Fuck this shit."
it's not 2005 yet. Eddie and
I was
Eddie and
about to
Ray are still
say.
filming.
He's ducking out of the way. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with this until next year."
Now you know what? Everybody hates on SmackDown in 2004, man. But let me tell you something. Hats off. This was a phenomenal show. I love SmackDown in '04, and this was one of the better SmackDown episodes from 2004. Overall rating, I give it a 10 out of 10. Dudley's versus RVD Mysterio, I did not give my rating yet for. I give that 4 stars. But yeah, 10 out of 10. You start the show off with a dramatic moment like Eddie Guerrero's mom having a heart attack. JBL just gets all the heat with his interview where he explains himself and puts the blame on Eddie Guerrero, puts the blame on Eddie Guerrero's mother, like a good heel should. Booker T and Mama Sangre, couple of good segments there. Um, the debut of Chavo Classic, a great cruiserweight title match where Chavo uh, gets the job done before the match even starts by getting heat on himself. And then you have, let's see, what else do we have on this show? Oh yeah, the Dupree and Cena stuff was great as well. Dupree finally getting some heat in that
Mhm.
storyline, and then just the main event itself. A lot of great stuff on this show. That's why I give it 10 out of 10. Match of the night, segment of the night, match of the night, the cruiserweight title match. Again, Chavo Guerrero deserves a shit ton of credit for getting the heat before the match, and the crowd just wanted to see Jacqueline beat his ass. Jacqueline did, you know, got the low blow in the small package, but hey, she won. Crowd went nuts. Segment of the night, a lot of good segments here, man. Booker T and Mama Sangre. The opening segment with they show with Michael Cole talking about what happened, and they show what happened. For me, the segment of the night, JBL being interviewed by Michael Cole, and he's putting the blame everywhere except himself. That is my segment of the night, match of the night. Jacqueline versus Chavo. We actually had two Judgment Day previews, by the way. I did say that the main event was a Judgment Day preview. Obviously, Chavo current gets his rematch at Judgment Day. So we do see Jacqueline versus Chavo at Judgment Day as well. So, Tro, and again, I give the overall 10 out of 10, but your match of the night, segment of the night, and overall rating for the show.
Match of the night would be. I think I'm gonna go with Taker and against the FBI.
Okay. You
A
just
little bit of a
enjoyed
little bit of a weird choice, but
watching the FBI get their asses kicked.
yeah, yeah. And segment of the night would probably have to be the Undertaker, not Undertaker. My God, Undertaker again.
Undertaker didn't
Jordan
even have a
Dupree,
segment.
his hand, um,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
his hand. That could have been named with his hand.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Dupree and Cena's brawl is a good choice for segment of the night.
yeah,
But yeah, go ahead.
yeah. We're
Go
naming
ahead.
the Dupree segment.
Overall rating.
9 out of 10.
Okay, so we both loved this show. Again, a lot of people hate on not current day SmackDown, 2004 SmackDown. And look, I've always said I understand that the lack of star power, but you just look at young John Cena. Like I said, he's going out there all these shows, and the crowd's going nuts for him. You see the potential that he had even back then. Um, JBL again was the best heel in the world back in at this time, and he was on SmackDown. Triple H obviously a close second, and I have no hate for Raw in 2004. I love Raw just as much as SmackDown, probably a little bit more. But I'm telling you, a lot of good stuff for '04 SmackDown. You know, I understand once Brock Lesnar left, there was no main star, but WWE, the writers on SmackDown did a great job of writing storylines to keep the show interested. And again, like I said, you saw with Cena that he had it. You saw even back then that he had it and he could be the next guy, and he ultimately was. Um, I know that there were some mistakes. There were some things that they tried to do that didn't work out. Hell, there are times where some of the big eras where there are stars, stuff like that happens. They tried to make Mordecai. By the way, no Mordecai vignettes on this show. Very interesting. Unless it was edited, there was no Mordecai segments here. But yeah, they tried to make Mordecai happen. It didn't work. Well, really, it's
Yeah,
not that it didn't work. It's he got into like a bar fight and ended up getting fired because of that. So that's truthfully what happened there.
yeah,
Um, Kenzo Suzuki, they brought him in as a powerhouse, and later at the end of the year turned him into a comedy act. I have no problem with comedy acts, but I do understand that going from like being a powerhouse where this guy's going to be the next big heel and now he's a comedy act. I understand that, but look, stuff like that happens even when you have the main stars. Like, not everybody's going to work out. I don't think just because they couldn't find stars for 1 year, literally just that 1 year, because a year later, John Cena becomes WWE champion, and even though he leaves for Raw, Batista goes over to SmackDown. Now SmackDown's got their star. But just because they couldn't find a star for 1 year doesn't mean the shows weren't good. Because again, they held down the fort with their placeholders, in my opinion. Eddie Guerrero and JBL were not bad placeholders. I'll tell you that. And obviously, this is coming from somebody who loves the new generation era. I mean, the new generation era, they had stars. They had much more stars than what SmackDown had in '04, but they didn't have the big star. And they struggled at that, much like SmackDown '04. But I feel like they did a decent job at making solid 1 hour Raws every week. That's
Yep.
just me. But any other thoughts, final thoughts on the May 2004 SmackDown?
No.
All right. So we did not promote anything in our last show because that was obviously a tribute show. So we have some promoting to do here, huh? Obviously, like you just said, July 31st, that is this Thursday, we will recap the Mets month of July. It has been a
And
damn
also
good month.
cover any trades that may happen between now and
Uh,
then.
I would like to think there will be a trade. Mets have already made a damn good trade picking up Gregory Soto, who looked pretty good in his Met debut a couple nights ago. That was a great pickup. Yeah, if there are any pickups by then, that is the trade deadline,
Yeah.
which
It'll
so
be
we
over by the time we start.
yeah,
But
yeah, it will be over by that time. So yeah, we'll cover the Mets month of July. We have the remainder of the road to Judgment Day, May 16th. This is May 6th, so that means we have two shows to go until we get to the pay per view. So there you go, two shows, two Smackdowns left, and then we will get to the pay per view itself. And then we'll make the announcement on our next two road twos.
yeah.
Uh, I've already told you, but I told you a long time ago. Hell, I was in a different city last time I told you what my next road two was. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, but I remember.
I do.
I remember what I chose, and it's still the same choice. I think I remember what you picked, but I don't know. I guess you'll have to tell me off air. But yeah, Road to Judgment Day will continue. Maybe tomorrow we'll do an episode. I don't know, but we'll see about that. Are you available for tomorrow?
I don't know because tomorrow is when I have to start packing again.
Okay, so we'll see about tomorrow. Maybe not, but definitely guaranteed July 31st we will do the Mets monthly recap. So be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout for the last three episodes of this Road 2 series. And obviously, once we get to the Judgment Day pay per view, we will announce our next two Road 2s. We will see you next time. Thank you to everybody who's watched. If you liked this program, again, please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.